Hello there, folks. It's a beautiful day here in Lake Arrowhead, unincorporated area in the Republic of California. And I'm just going to do a quick perusal of my blues amp, which is a 59 Fender Tweed Pro clone. It has 4 8-inch speakers in it. I had a 15 in there, and much to my chagrin, it's an original 15 P15N. They just can't hold up to the wattage of this amp if you crank it. Anyway, so here's the look at the top. Tribute to Junior Watson. Here's the controls. This here is a negative feedback where it says classic. Originally they were thinking of putting a cathode bias / fixed bias, but I'm not really interested in that, so I put in Uncle Doug's negative feedback. And here's the controls. This beautiful chassis came to you courtesy of Bill Odell. The chicken head knobs are vintage, courtesy of Todd Sims. Pretty straightforward. Okay, I'm going to flip it around. You can take a look at the back. This build wasn't all fun and games, even though it sure looked like fun, I'm sure, to most people watching from the outside. I didn't have a real one to compare it to, and I sure didn't want to spend $4 or $5 grand buying an original one just so I could compare my non-existent Pro to it. I calculated that I made about $2 an hour on this one. Not a bad wage. Anyways, when I got it together, it didn't sound right. It was clean, but it didn't have that scream, that grind, that Fender Tweed amps are cherished for. I crawled over this schematic all the way over it. I couldn't find it. I even took it to an amp tech. He measured everything, measured the bias, everything. Oh yeah, it's putting out the right watts, everything. He told me, and I took it home and I just let it sit, and I went back and looked at it again and I let it sit. I started measuring resistors. This won't be the first time I made a mistake about resistors, values. In fact, I've learned so much from my mistakes, I'm thinking about making a few more. That little 820 ohm resistor right there, I had an 820K ohm resistor there. It was killing the power. Just killing it dead. Once I put that in there, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. It sounds great. The moral of the story, measure once, measure twice, measure again. Don't be like me. I know those old schematics are hard to read. Anyways, measure everything before you put it in, every resistor. Check your wiring. Alrighty, stay tuned. Here's the back of this mighty Junior. Nice lacquer job. Got a little pouch there for my extra tubes and fuses and stuff. And there's a glimpse of the speakers in there. Okay. Here's some shots of how it got this way. And after those shots, we're going to give it a whirl. We're going to have Sugar turn herself loose on this beast. Stay tuned. Here's a tour of the inside of the first amp build I did, the 5E3. Sorry, the 5... Oh, the heck with it. It's a 59 Tweed Deluxe. I mixed some vintage and old stuff in here. Got some nice vintage pots there. Black Beauties. Paper and oil. Yellow Astrons. Vintage Pilot Light. Oh, shit. I'm sorry, I said shit. Here's your bias, and the bias knob is right there. I ran it over to there. Got me a vintage Fender, this and that. Got some nice vintage tubes here. Nice RCAs. Why do you call this a Junior Junior? Good question. I'm glad you asked that. Because it's a Pro with 4/8. A tribute to the great Junior Watson. Got 4/8 in there. And here's the effervescent tube chart. See if you can read that. I'm going to freeze that for a second. There. Thanks to Bill Odell for this super nice cabinet that he let me have for a song. I got the good end of that deal because he hasn't made a nickel on that song yet. For the demo, Sugar has decided to use my 62 Strat. What year is that? I just said it's a 62. That's not a reissue relic by Custom Shop? Nope. That's an original relic by yours truly over the last 40 years. It was mint when I got it. I've done worn it out. A picture of my sweetie there. Anyway, this video is not about this. It's about how this sounds through that. All right, so stay tuned. We're going to get Sugar. She's doing some stretching right now, and she's going to regale you with some of the licks she's stolen from me. All right, Sugar's ready. I've got the negative feedback and the presence about halfway up, treble and bass halfway up, and I got both channels up to about 3. work on that, Sugar. We got the volume about halfway up, turn the negative feedback down a little bit, and the presence is about where it was. Ready? Here you go, Sugar. Okay, I think you get the idea. Alrighty. Once again, thanks to Todd Sims, Bill Odell, Mark Piette, and everybody else that's helped me along the way, including my sweetheart Adrianna Marie, and Sugar the dog for doing the demo. Thanks, Sugar Jones. Thank you all for watching. Hope this helps. Sorry about that buzz. The amp runs super quiet until you crank it with 62 Stratocaster pickups facing the amp. I'm sorry about that, folks. Thanks for watching.